If you are in a official relationship, or if you are in a situationship, or you just have a crush, hopefully finding my videos and picking a specific card that you feel drawn to is going to help remind you that you are worthy of anything that your heart desires. I hope that you had enough time to figure out which card is going to be the card that you listen to. I'm going to see you at your pal, and I really hope these messages resonate with you. This is how you're going to get what you want from the person on your mind without caring what they think. Hello, Pal 1. I have not looked at your pals, although I have pulled cards from different decks. We're just going to see what we get, and I hope this message really helps you. This Six of Wands says, it is safe for me to feel the fullness of my emotions. With this particular pal, one of the things that I think is important for you to know, especially when we start talking about not to care about what your person thinks, is to understand that you don't have to be like the cool, calm, collected girl, because there's so much information out there about, you know, being cool and not being the type of woman who is worried about certain things and always acting unaffected with everything, unbothered. I feel like unbothered is like a buzzword right now, and I do think there is validity to that statement, but I think in your case, pal number 1, you actually should in some cases not be the calm, cool, collected girl, especially if there are things that you're not appreciating or things that are happening that you're not cool with. And I feel like you're the type of person with this King of Swords here, you are somebody that is willing to say what needs to be said. You don't really like bite your tongue in that aspect. But with this Six of Wands here, saying that it is safe for me to feel the fullness of my emotions, which is a gentle reminder because it was in the reverse position. It's okay to be bothered a little bit. It's okay to say what you feel like you need to say in order to feel better about a situation. Because here's the thing, your person that you have on your mind they're not a mind reader. In most cases, they're not a tarot reader. Like, they're not pulling cards out on you and thinking, okay, what is pal 1 thinking about me right now? Like, what do I need to do in order to stay in their good graces? Like, they're not doing that. So you have to be the person where if there is something that you want to say, whether it be good or bad, don't hold yourself back. Don't think about like, oh, I'm breaking girl code if I don't act unbothered. I'm showing my hand if I express my feeling. You want the person that you're interested in to take you seriously, to show that they care about making you happy. And so I want to remind you that if there's something that you need to say to this person, if there's something that you want to do it. That's going to result in them actually giving you what you want, especially with this Knight of Cups here. The more that you open up to this person, instead of trying to act like you're too cool to say anything or nothing bothers you, if you are able to open up to this person, they will actually make it right. This is basically how you're able to get what you want out of relationships in a healthy way, of course. I already know, pal 1, you are the type of person where you actually do have it together. Like, not in the sense where you're perfect, but you're someone where you've been able to accomplish a lot of things. Like, you are Miss Independent in the best way possible. Like, your person already knows this about you. You want to just show more of your personality instead of trying to listen to all of the advice that's out here about like how to attract a guy or how to get them to notice you. That's not going to work for you, pal number 1. The reason why it's not going to work for you is because you are someone that's so interesting already. And with this Leo card showing up, that to me is especially important. There's something about you that is so unique. The more that you try to act like, you know, this person, you really rob your person or like your romantic interest of knowing that about you. I don't think that everybody needs to know every single little thing about you, especially if they have not proven themselves to you. But if this is someone that you want to get to know or someone that you're currently dealing with right now, it would be very helpful to kind of show a little bit more of yourself With this Saturn card coming out, one thing that stands out to me is boundaries. You are somebody that is going to enforce boundaries, which I love that for you, and I definitely think you should continue doing that. But you also want to let go of that just a little bit for the right person. But I am going to tell you that you're going to know that this is the person that you should do this with if you do finally open up to them. If this person actually takes the action to do those things for you, you're going to know that this is the person where you should open up a little bit more with. So pile number one, I think you're going to have the most success with this if you actually test this out. Let's say a test is like, I love roses. You know, next time we are on a date or next time I see you, it would make me really happy to get roses. With the Six of Wands, it's safe for me to feel the fullness of my emotions. If you know, like if your person knows that there's something that makes you happy, they're going to want to do that for you because they know it makes you happy. Being honest with this King of Swords, saying your truth, opening up a little bit, letting them know that this is an emotion that I have, and it would really mean a lot to me if you were able to do that. Wait for them to do it. See if they actually follow through. Do they give you flowers? They do show you this, then you know this might be a good person to slowly start to, you know, let down some of the walls that you have up, because they could be a very safe person. I already know some of you might be like, oh, I don't really like where this is going. If that's you, no problem. You don't have to do the flower thing. Anything that expresses or lets them know more about you, and then being able to actually take action and show you that they care about you by doing that thing for you, that's going to be a good sign, and that's going to show you that this is a person that you should maybe continue seeing or continue giving a chance. This is how you're going to get to the place where you don't care about his feelings when you honor your own, okay? I hope that this was helpful for you, pile one. Definitely check out the rest of this series. That is it. That is all. Hello, pile number two. I'm going to tell you this is exactly what I would try if I were in your shoes. So if you resonate with this message, you like what I'm talking about, and you want to try it for yourself, that's how you're going to ultimately know whether or not what I'm saying is true. I have pulled some cards out, although I have not looked at them just yet, so we're going to be able to see together what cards we've gotten and your specific message about how to not care about what he thinks. Because the more that you value and prioritize yourself, the more that you actually get what you want out of relationships. So we're going to start with this, which is going to be our affirmation. I'm going to read and show everything once I get it. Ooh, I like what I'm seeing so far. Okay, so this says, I refuse to offer any energetic attachment to situations that are only meant to drain me. Ooh. That is a word right there. 10 of Cups in the reverse position. We have 2 of Pentacles in the upright position. We have the Tower card. We have the Temptress card. This card is so beautiful. We have Fire. And we have Pisces. Here is how you are going to be able to prioritize yourself and stop caring about what your person thinks and get actually what you want. Do not entertain things that literally do not matter. You're gonna see the most success with the person on your mind if you just stop allowing them to think that they have any say in what happens. And now, before you write me off, before you cancel me, before you say, okay, like what? That doesn't make any sense. I am not saying that you have to be like this rude person. You can be very feminine, you can be very soft when you say this, but you have to have firm boundaries about what you will and you won't accept. Okay, I know it's going out of focus there. And so when you are getting or seeing certain things from your person that you do not like, that you don't align with, I want you to stop giving it energy. I want you to start to actually train your person in how to treat you. Let's say, for example, that your person, you want them to take you out on a date, but like what they're doing right now, all they're doing is just like texting you. Now, this is just an example. It doesn't have to be like something that's actually happening. happening. I would say for you, you're going to actually have to address it and just say, I really enjoy talking to you. I enjoy our conversations. I would like to see you more, or I'd like for us to do this. Kind of hint at some places that you would really like to go to. That is actually going to get you the most success. With this 10 of Cups being here, that is also reinforcing the message that I just read to you from that 5 of Cups. You have to be willing to let go or discard anything that does not resonate with what you believe to be true or what you desire. Pile number 2, you may be someone that has dealt with situations where you didn't prioritize your own happiness or like your own needs. You may be someone that is so caring and you think about everybody else, and you kind of think about yourself last, if you even do that. What I want to tell you, pile number 2, is that in your current relationships, you have to be willing to speak up and let the person know exactly what you need in order to get what you need. Because it's not to say that the person that you like or the person on your mind isn't willing to do it, but if they don't know that you want the thing that you want, or they don't know that you're not actually happy with this 10 of Cups in the reverse position, they have no way of actually making you happy. With this 2 of Pentacles being here, I want you to know that you don't have to be an option to the person on your mind, and you don't have to be someone that's like, oh well, he has all of these things going on, I don't want to stress him out, I don't want to be this person. Yes, you can be this person. You can be somebody that gets all of the attention. You can be someone that has the type of relationship that you desire, but you have to be willing to stop letting other people and things come before you. This is girl talk. I'm not here to judge you, and I'm definitely not here to shame you at all. In fact, I hope that all the things I talk about on this channel encourage and empower you to get what you want, especially when you are in these relationships. It's okay to be a little selfish, and you being selfish is not you being inconsiderate, because if anything, pile number 2, I get that you're the type of person that's so generous and you have so much to offer, and so your person is going to actually appreciate you more if you speak your mind and you share the things that you want. This Tower card being here is really telling me that you may be afraid of speaking up and sharing things with the person on your mind, whether you're in a relationship with this person or not. You may be someone that wants to keep the peace, but I promise you, this Tower card is really not a scary card. It's all about things crumbling because what's underneath it needed to happen. The Tower card is all about things crumbling and things looking like it's falling apart, but in all actuality, it was built on a rocky foundation to begin with. Things weren't what they needed to be, and so the faster that you're able to let things be known and talk about what you want and desire out of the relationships that you have with people, the easier and better it's going to become. In fact, I feel like with this pal, you actually need to kind of tap into the more I don't want to say dark, because I think as soon as people hear dark, they think it's like something scary or evil. But what I'm getting for you, pile number 2, is more like, okay, if you were to get into dark femininity from the lens of speaking up for yourself and actually saying things that you want to happen, the better off you're going to be. The more that your person is actually going to like it. They're going to be attracted to that. And with this Saturn card being here, this is all about setting boundaries. You are actually going to see the type of results that you want from your relationships when you set boundaries around what you will and you won't tolerate. And that's actually going to work in your favor. I don't know, pile number 2, if you're currently in a relationship and maybe you're starting to realize things aren't going the way that I want them to go, or you're kind of afraid that if you try something new or you actually speak up, things aren't going to go well. I'm here to tell you that it actually is, because your person can't change or make anything happen that's going to make you happy unless you let them know. With this Fire card coming out, this could represent you needing to take on characteristics of fire signs, but in this specific reading, I think the more that you practice this, the more that you open up and you share these things with the person on your mind, the person that you like, the more dynamic that you become, the more that you see things start to open up and change in your relationships. And that's what we want. You could also be a Pisces, your person could be a Pisces, but I feel like you intuitively know that what's going on or what's happening is not really going to be sustainable in the long term. There's so many videos out there that talk about two women who have dated the same guy. One woman met the guy and maybe they were a little bit of a people pleaser. They kind of let them do whatever they wanted to do because they wanted them to be happy. They wanted to show them that they were willing to do whatever to make sure that they were satisfied. And then there's another woman who comes into the mix with the same guy, and this guy is completely different. They're giving them roses every single week. They're taking them out on dates. They're texting them thoughtful messages. And in this video, the two women, they're literally like, I don't understand like how this is the same guy that I dated, because with me this person was this way, and then like with her he's doing all of these things. It's because when we set boundaries around what we will and we won't tolerate from the people in our lives, they have no choice but to get with the program or move on. And no, I'm not saying that this is you, pal, too. I'm just saying that the more that we prioritize our own happiness and we start talking about the things that we know are going to make us the most happiest, then the person who wants to win you, the person who wants to woo you, they're gonna make it happen because they know it's something that you require. Here's where the test comes in. I want you to start saying more of what's on your mind. My advice to you is to stop entertaining things and outcomes from your person that do not get you closer to what you want, and let them prove to you that they're willing to do what makes you happy. I've already pulled some cards out. I have not looked at them just yet, but I am going to lay them all out and let's see what we get. It is safe for me to embrace my strength and assertiveness while maintaining emotional stability in a healthy and secure way. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Queen of Cups. We have Mercury. We have Air. We have the Hermit. Pile number 3. You are someone where you get stuck in your head a lot. Like, you may or may not consider yourself to be an overthinker, but you are someone who is really going to think about the things that they say, the choices and decisions that could be made in a specific situation. And I feel like that is something that is like a blessing and a curse for you, because with this video being all about how to stop caring about what he thinks and like prioritize yourself so that you can get the most out of the relationships that you are in, I gotta tell you that you have to kind of get out of your head sometimes and just say what needs to be said so that it's out there. Oftentimes you find yourself in situations where you may think about a situation so much to the point where you don't even make a decision, or like you don't even say anything. So you live in your head, and there's a lot of things that you haven't quite said to your person just yet, or there's something that you want to say but you're holding yourself back. And so the advice with this Page of Swords is definitely to just get it out there. It's a card of assertiveness, right? So when we see this, it's all about being assertive and letting yourself and your thoughts be known to the people around you. You need to know, pile number 3, that you have exactly what it takes in order to have these deep conversations so that you can make sure that your needs are being met. With this Mercury card and this Air card, you are very intellectual. You're very smart. You know how to hold conversations. You know how to talk to people. But sometimes when it comes to the people that you care about, the people that you love, you don't necessarily say exactly what you need to say, because you know how sharp your words can be. You know how sometimes your words can cut through and say certain things, and you wonder if you're being too harsh or are you being too abrasive. But I think that you have the ability, if you would get out of your head, to sometimes just say things to get it out there, and understand that the right people, the people who know your intention and your heart and care about you, know that you're not going to intentionally hurt them with your words. Check in with yourself first, because I think that's going to make you feel the most confident, like you're going to feel like you've made the right decision. But my only advice here is, like, don't take too long, you know, like don't shut other people out in this process. It's so interesting because at the top of this card we see Mercury. We also have Mercury here. We have air, which again is communication. It's that Mercury energy. We have King of Swords, we have Page of Swords. And I also feel like with this pal, sometimes you may struggle with saying certain things to the person that you care about, because you feel like it's kind of silly, like in the grand scheme of things, like you feel like it's like so small or insignificant. But that's the thing, like the person that cares about you is going to want to know all of that. And you know, you're doing yourself a disservice if you feel like you can't come to your person with like silly trivial things, because that's part of relationships, that's part of learning your person. It's like, that's the fun part of it. And you have to be able to kind of open yourself up a little bit more and just start sharing things, because this person is committed to making you feel safe. The more that you open up and you share what it is that you want or what it is that you have to say to this person, the better off you're going to be, the stronger the relationship is going to be, especially with this Four of Wands. You're going to see that your needs are met. Four of Wands, especially when we're talking about kind of like these love readings, it's someone with a provider mindset. It's someone that's going to be able to give you that stability that you need. With this Queen of Cups being here, I can 100% say that you are going to get what you want from this person if you actually just start talking about what you want. There's another pal that you may have felt drawn to as well. I'm not going to say what pal that is, but if you felt like there was another pal that you wanted to listen in on, definitely check that one out, because I am seeing some overlapping messages here. So I'm just going to give you one of the pieces of advice that I gave in a previous pal. Let's say like you want flowers at your next date, okay? You don't really care about red roses. Let's say that you like tulips. You could tell this person, hey, like I really love tulips. It would make me happy to get tulips from you the next time that I see you. Is that like important in the grand scheme of things? Not necessarily, right? Like it could be trivial. But here's the thing, when you are prioritizing your own needs and you're just talking about things that make you happy, or sharing things about yourself that someone who cares about you would want to know, you give them the chance to show up for you. So understand that if there is a desire for you to speak your mind and to share something that you want with the person that you care about, just know it's coming from a genuine place, and it's because you know intuitively that that is something that you deserve. Who you are is attractive to your person. They want to know that about you, and you're going to know that this is the right person for you because they are going to start giving you what you actually want. They're going to start doing things for you because of the conversations that you've had, because of the chances that you have given them to open up and share more about yourself. That's what this series is all about. It's about prioritizing your own needs so that you get what you actually want out of these relationships. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Please let me know in the comments below which pal you picked and what kind of videos you'd like to see next. I'll definitely leave my playlist here in the description box and on its video somewhere so you can check it out and let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!